Hello and welcome to Duos in Destiny, where two in the form of a Spelljammer Dungeons and Dragons homebrew campaign, homebrewed by me, yours truly, my brain. I am the Dungeon Master, Logan, and I'd like to give a very special shout out to two important people in the Duos in Destiny life. First one is, you can hear it in the background, Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. If you haven't picked it up, 53 episodes in, this is the theme song that we have chosen from his very own list called Theme for a Duster. It's got a super sick tone, perfect for a Spelljammer campaign, or, as what I like to do, whenever I'm just prepping sessions. I put this on the background, really helps me just focus on Dungeons & Dragons and tune out the rest of the world. So, tune out the rest of the world as you listen to Duos in Destiny, but In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. Thank you so much, Jason, for your support.
Thank you, Jason.
And then we would also like to give a shout out to Roll for Sketching on Instagram. She does all of our custom character artwork for us. So anytime you see those roll out, she's done it. She does a great job. She's patient with me, most importantly. And a cool little benefit to you guys is she does do custom artwork. So you can reach out to her for a commission, have her draw you something up. She would love to do that. So, without further ado, pass it over to you.
Hello, and I'm your person on this side of the table, known as a player. My name is Brandon, and welcome back to episode number 53 of Commander's Log. It is a 5-3, that is it. So, hey, we appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed the story so far, and there's a lot more to come. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, drop into the description, go click on each of the links for the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks,
There's
the
a new Patreon link down there, isn't there?
Patreon.
Yeah.
So that's for those special people.
It is.
That like us.
Yeah. If you want to show your support to us, we do have a Patreon link there that we just set up.
We did.
And we got several different tiers for you to choose from. So.
And there is a lot of cool stuff that we are trying to really make it worth your while.
Yeah.
We hope.
Absolutely. There's
a lot of effort that we were putting into that. So we hope that you see that effort and are interested in supporting us. If you do, we can't thank you enough. That's all. That's amazing. But if you do those things, that'd be great. And also, I don't think I've really ever precursed this, but we do have the links for, or like the titles for like Roll for Sketching and Jason down in the description as well. So easy links to find those for those guys as well. One more agenda note is July 1st will be our next giveaway. For our next Turtle Tabs by Bova Books is coming to you in just a few short weeks. So make sure you're tuning in to all of our Commander's Log podcast and to our long rest that comes out on Saturdays, as you will find what you need to do to get those Turtle Tabs. Without further ado, my dear friends, that takes us into last time on Commander's Log.
Commander's Log. Sorry, my notes got really minimized, so I can't make them big again. And so I'm like, I need some. If I pinch it, it makes the words bigger, not like they're compacted into a very long line going down the whole screen.
Your column got shorted.
But it won't let me. Oh no, that did change it. Okay, sick.
Because you're probably using OneNote.
I am.
Ooh.
That's so much better. Thank you.
Simple plug. Last time, Karson, as well as Pizor and B3N, known as Ben, we're traveling towards the gate of this desert oasis, mix of industrial savagery. I almost want to say like that's like almost the best.
I like to call it like scavenged industrial.
Oh, scavenged.
That's that. It's a new form of rock.
Yeah.
Scavenged industrial rock.
There are guys playing bass guitar on every corner. So, but they're heading towards the main gate, and then all of a sudden, all the denizens began to freak out's not the correct word, but panic and shut every door, close every curtain, get off the streets. And so with that, Karson took towards a corner store that was still had the door open, figured out what was going on. They had said something called the Harvesters were rolling into town. We learned a little bit about the hierarchy of this town, and it's basically ran by different group or an organization, and so when one can take the pay out of another one, they kind of take the charge, and it seems that we just had a recent switch, and the Harvesters aren't too happy about it. Kicked out of that store as they said, you got to go, we're shutting our door. Karson followed a gentleman off in the streets, and then eventually helped him break into a place in order to get off the streets. His name was Seamus, and while hiding in this lower ground bathhouse, we could hear screams. You and I both know Karson isn't going to stand by, and neither is Pizor. I should say, absolutely add him in there. So we did what we do, and we went to the rescue. That Ryan was free. A pretty vicious fight kind of broke out. And then one last tidbit here is Karson, I don't want to say lost himself a little bit, but there's a little bit of a different side to Karson in that fight that happened. And we find ourselves literally on the wake of the finish of battle. Sir?
That's where we're picking it right back up. You just finished the battle itself. After eradicating and judging the two in this alley, the civilian that was being dragged away from them, or dragged away by them, cowers in fear in your presence, because I do believe your wings are still burst out from behind you. There is
30 seconds more.
Okay, perfect. There is this radiance coming off of you, and also, does it give off any light?
No,
Okay.
I mean, it's been thematic, but not actual.
Perfect, absolutely. So while you're sitting there in this alleyway, just kind of recollecting yourself, you hear the whimpering of one of the civilians in the back. You glance over your shoulder and you see them basically cowering as close as they can to the shadows of the corner. Down the alleyway and into the street that the harvesters were walking down, dragging the people. One of the individuals that had actually helped you fight back is standing there panting, collecting himself, and he looks to you and he says, "Who are you? What are you?"
I'm Commander Karson of the Starhammer, and I turn my head towards the one individual hiding in the corner. Please, do not be scared.
They just kind of flinch away and cower.
I offer my hand out.
Slowly, they reach out and take it.
I guide them up. My wings kind of furl in at this moment, not quite being absorbed back in or dissipating, but they just furl down.
They let out a stuttering, "Thank you," and then they bolt off down the alleyway, away from all the noise of the continued disruption, not only down that main thoroughfare towards this main gate, it's almost like a full-out war is happening down that way. But you can hear the roar of engines throughout the city and gunshots firing off down the alleyways. They tuck off and run. The one that was asking you who you are, what you are, he says, "Commander Karson, it's great to meet you. We've got to get out of here. I've got a place."
Of course. Do we need to worry about these bodies? Will they draw attention and cause harm?
"Take what you can." And he starts sifting through their bodies themselves. And he says, "If you check their breast pockets, where they keep their ammunition." As he goes through and starts pulling out different bits of ammunition from them, he grabs one of the shotguns from the ground, grabs a pistol out of the corner out of the pocket of one of the individuals as well, and just starts fleecing the bodies themselves. And there's 12 bodies, so he's only at one at the current moment.
Absolutely. Pizor, take the larger firearms that you can.
Understood.
Grab the ammunition. Let's be quick about it.
He starts using Ben as basically a pack mule and slinging a bunch of the weapons over Ben.
All of a sudden, Ben just like bandoliered.
He's Rambo
eye
bandoliered.
paint now, yeah. 2 shotguns. I'm no bard. I'm gonna run back to the door that we came out of.
Okay.
Seamus.
Zip. What?
We have a safe house. Come, quick.
It's safe to come out there, then.
Yes, quick.
Okay. As he looks at you, he stops and he sees the wings starting to glimmer and fade. And he's like, "You've got so much more to tell me. I'm not done with you."
So I'm coming back for you. Please, come.
Thank you.
Grab them. Search these 2 bodies as we walk back out. I point towards the couple that are over here. grab the ammunition that you can and grab the firearms. And as I look back towards the gentleman that kind of was addressing me earlier, and I go, "What's your name?"
The name's Brent.
Brent.
Brent McConnell. And he points to Paizo. He says, "Your name, sir." "That would be Paizo. It's a pleasure to meet you, Brent. It's best we get out of here. We don't have much time. Right this way."
Okay.
And he leads you into this first alleyway and then down a series of alleyways, twists and turns, leading you kind of in parallel to the main thoroughfare, but slightly away. If the main thoroughfare heads north, you guys would be heading a little bit northwest through the city.
Okay.
All around you, you hear the distant din of battle. But where you're currently going, you're not heading directly at it at the current moment. Anything along the way for you?
Keeping a really sharp eye. And then Brent,
Yes.
what organization are you with?
I couldn't call it an organization. Just civilians looking out for each other.
I think that was the right answer if there was one.
Make a perception check real quick.
Do any of them look really hurt?
Does he or you?
Me, or like, I don't know if there were any other civilians that stayed.
There was only 2 surviving civilians from that entire encounter. Well, there was 3. One of them had run off earlier.
Right.
The one that was carrying in the corner. 3 others had died, and then this one that is helping you at the current moment.
How does he look?
He's not looking great. Like, he has a black eye that's kind of swollen over, and he can hardly even squint through it. A large cut to that cheek. It looks like his hands have been beaten to where his knuckles are bloodied, and there's a bunch of like bruises all over his body. His clothing is a little bit torn as well.
So I rolled a 16, and I'd like to catch up to Brent a little bit real quick. And as he goes, kind of like stop as he goes, like peer around the corner. If he does,
Absolutely.
my hand reaches the small of his back, and I go, "May the gods find your heart," and I cast Healing Hands.
As you do that, he stops.
Excuse me.
The moment you guys take this bit of reprieve on the corner, he stops. He says, "You're an angel, aren't you? We've been asking for one."
Angel's a strong term, but he does heal.
With that perception check, by the way, you notice that pinned to his breast of his tunic that he's wearing, and kind of like underneath some of the folds, there's a small pendant, and it looks like an anvil.
Shut up. What? I didn't mean like actually.
Yeah.
11.
An 11. Okay,
Damage
11
equals-
hit points to... Where'd my notebook go?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, I swear I grabbed it. I'm so good at this.
That's what we call in the business a natural 1 on your perception check.
Oh, I thought you actually rolled a natural one.
I rolled a
Sick.
16.
Okay, that's right. You did.
And as I see that, as my hand is on his back, and this golden radiant energy kind of like surmises around his body almost, and it just kind of pulses in for a quick second. That's the symbol of Femus.
Who?
The symbol on your chest.
I guess if we had an organization, that'd be what I'm part of. Who's famous?
Now's not the best time. We'll... in a second.
Not much farther.
Okay.
And he gestures up the alleyway. You guys end up walking, or like basically darting across a larger street. You see in the distance there is one of those vehicles is crawling down the street in the opposite direction of where you guys are going.
Okay.
And he kind of pauses, waits until it starts to roar the engine and rumble a little bit further down before you guys do cross. And then he leads you into what looks like just a kind of like a fire escape in a way, where the buildings in the alleyway, they have a ladder that like scrambles up the side of the building up to the top, and you guys clamber up the ladder, your metal footsteps ringing out through the alleyway, making it to the top. When you get to the very top floor, the roof of that building, it's about 3 stories up. The most of what you see looks like rubble and wreckage and debris. There is a large canvas that's kind of like torn and flapping in the wind, and he peels that aside and moves this large piece of debris that's all kind of like screwed together and almost acts like a door because he can move it in one large piece.
Mm.
And then hiding behind there is a hatch in the ceiling or in the roof of the building. He says, "Just through there," as he's holding open all the debris.
Right. You want me to go first?
Good point. I'll go.
Okay. I take it from him and I hold open the door. Let him get in. Paizo?
He pulls open the hatch and immediately clambers down inside, and it is dark within this building.
Okay. Yeah, we will definitely follow down in.
Okay. The three of you, Pizor, and Ben, and yourself, clamber in behind Brent. As you hear him rustling through the room that you guys just entered into, and all of a sudden there's a small light that just and glows from his hand, and he's holding what looks like a cane in his hand. It has kind of like this small spinning piece on the top that is very mechanical in nature, and it's emitting a small little beam of light that just illuminates the room in a soft glow. He says, "Well, welcome to the stronghold, I guess. This way."
All right. Very well.
You walk through 3 stories of this building of everything that looks abandoned, boarded up, already been raided for the most part. There are holes in the walls. Every single window and door is broken, busted off of its hinges. There is nothing of note within here, just bits of ruined pieces, mostly just unidentifiable furniture at this point. And he leads you out of this main apartment that you enter within into a hallway, and you head down 3 flights of stairs to the base level. Again, everything is completely boarded up, and you see the base level is one of those corner stores. Once more, everything has been completely demolished, but also sacked. The windows are boarded up, and the inside of them looks reinforced with large pieces of steel and even some like sharp wire that runs through everything, kind of like as a trap. He passes through a part of that corner store into the back room of it and opens it up, and it's a bathroom. And you see there is small little bits of kind of like aqueduct channeling through the floor that is for plumbing at the end of the day. And as they all trace through the floor, where the bathtub used to be, there's a massive hole in the floor and a hatch that is placed over the hole itself. He takes his cane that he's walking with and he knocks on it 3 times. And after a few moments, there is this, and you see a massive portion of that hatch start to spin. And then the entire hatch lifts up and over. And peering out from underneath is a very dirty, dusty-looking female. She's kind of got like short, cropped black hair, bright blue eyes, and she's peering out. She has a weapon in hand, and she looks and she sees Brent, and she says, "It's just you. Come on." And Brent says, "I brought friends." And he gestures to the 3 of you guys within. She's like, "I assume you'll be explaining yourself at some point, but come in." They lead you within, and you're taken into what could only be assumed is abandoned sewers. This portion that you enter into is definitely a makeshift addition to the sewers because it is a carved out tunnel with a very rudimentary ladder that takes you down. The hatch is sealed behind you, and once it is, Brent reaches over and hits a panel on the wall, and there's lighting that kind of softly illuminates throughout the rest of this basement area, kind of like fairy lights that string throughout this entire tunnel system. The tunnels themselves, probably about 10 foot wide, 10 foot tall, and it looks like there used to be water running through these at some point, but everything's been completely dried up. And he gestures, "This way. We've got a bit of a walk." And you guys are led through turns throughout this abandoned tunnel system. Across the way, you don't see too terribly many people. There are a few that pass you, and everybody looks very similar in garb to what the original person met you with. They're just wearing some light leather armor. Everything looks beaten and battered. Most everybody is carrying some kind of firearm. Eventually, you are led to a large opening in this sewer system, what ends up being a cistern. You see sitting in the middle of that cistern, there is a small round table with 5 individuals currently sitting around it. Although they are in a heated argument at the current moment, their mouths moving, no sound escapes from where they sit.
Mm.
Brent starts walking you towards that way, and he says, I feel like there's going to be a lot of information about to be exchanged here. They're going to have a lot of questions for you, just like I do.
Sure.
Your name was Karson, correct?
Yes, Karson Hallebrand.
Karson Hallebrand.
You definitely take your safety quite serious, don't you?
You kind of have to. Well, it's about the only place that's safe anymore, as you well know. Seamus had been with you guys this entire time. I kind of forgot to mention that.
Same, yeah.
And Brent would have dismissed him and kind of told him to head off in a different tunnel and told him, hey, food's just around that way.
Okay.
And down that tunnel that he points to, you can hear a small bustle of noise and conversation. So eventually, you guys lead through these tunnel systems. It's surprisingly cool down here, as opposed to the stark heat of everything outside. So it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sink, thankfully, being a sewer system. But you're finally found into this large cistern area, and as you and Brent pause and he talks to you, the individuals that were currently arguing, they all stop and look your way. Several of them pull different firearms from within their coats themselves, and the conversation ceases. They all look to you.
My maul is dropped on the floor. My hands are behind my back, like, I'm standing
Behind your back, like you're just.
I'm standing. No, I'm standing with my arms crossed by my back.
Oh, okay.
Or as one would say, I guess I don't know. When I don't mean like I'm cuffed, but I mean like I'm
Yeah.
folding my hands behind my back.
Perfect.
Is what
Okay.
I mean.
Excellent.
Well, it appears that I caught their attention.
Yes, let's go within. It's a bit of security, but we don't let these conversations be heard by anyone, I suppose.
Sure, as long as I'm not going to be shot. I grab my hammer.
Sure. As long as you don't do anything brash.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to get that from you, will we, though?
No.
And then he leads you into the circle itself. It's completely, what's the word? Not opaque. That's what means you can't see through. The circle of silence that surrounds them is not a hard and fast wall. There's nothing that you can see between you and them.
Like
There's no sorts of barrier. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a translucent barrier. And as soon as you enter it within, you can hear the small shuffling of the individuals that are all seated as they are staring you down, holding their weapons still. No one's speaking at the current moment. Before Brent finally clears his throat and he says, this is Commander Karson Hallebrand. He saved our lives. The others, he points to, he says, this is Bella, Samson, Midge, Harmon, and Cecil. We're, I suppose the Resistance, if that's what you would call us. Please, take a seat. And he gestures towards one of the chairs. This is Pizor, his companion, and I didn't catch the little middleman's name.
Ben.
Ben. Pleasure to meet you, Ben. Who just blinks at him.
I set my maul down by the chair and I kind of sit down, put one arm on the table.
The other figures around the table start to relax. The one that was pointed at towards as Samson, he is wearing some heavier armor that looks much more intact and like it's been scavenged a little bit better. It's dyed a deep dark black, and he kind of has like a very brooding posture to himself. He still holds his weapon present while everybody else relaxes.
Do I worry you?
Samson does not answer, but Brent pipes in, and he says, as you can understand, we're tentative to bring anybody down here. The track history is not well for outsiders.
Fair enough. So, what do you ask of me? Why do you bring me here?
Well, we couldn't stay on the streets, that's for sure.
True.
And I had far too many questions to be able to answer right then and there. I've asked my first one, and I'll ask it again. Are you an angel?
I don't know that angel is the correct term. Maybe something of the sorts.
Something of the sorts.
Maybe.
That answers absolutely none of my question. Almost. But why are you here? Who sent you?
Well, myself. That one's easy. We came here looking for a place to set up a resistance. Oddly enough.
I don't know if there's space for two, or what you're resisting, but
Something on a much larger scale, but similar. Are you familiar with the Ascanoriels?
not a lick.
I figured as much. There is a race of elves that stem from a planet, or what used to be a planet, far from here. They're trying to take over your cosmos, your sphere. Took out the gods, put some into hiding, locked others away. And we've been slowly trying to bring order back.
Well, he kind of just gestures up and he says, "You didn't find it. Hate
No.
to tell you that I don't even know if there's ever been a god here.
So that's why I asked you what that symbol was on your chest.
This is the Clanks. I used to be one before, well, before I escaped. It's, the Clanks I thought were more of a guild, but just every bit of a gang as everyone else is here, it seems.
Is it the symbol of Femus?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Well, they adorn the symbol of my god, Femus.
It's been the symbol of the Clanks for as long as we can remember. They just adopted it, we suppose.
Well, maybe one day it did mean something, and it's lost that meaning over time.
Right now, it just has given me a bit of amnesty in certain areas. That's why I keep it. I don't wear it with any pride.
May I?
Have it?
No. And as he was sitting next to me, so I sat down.
Yeah, he would be at one of the chairs adjacent to you, yeah. Between either, I don't know where you put yourself in relation to this other table, if you have some space between you and the others that were already seated.
Probably, if it's a big enough table, I wouldn't go oh, I'm going to sit right next to you guys.
Yeah.
So if it's a big enough table, I'd probably put
Yeah.
myself opposite of them,
Okay, perfect. He would have put himself between you and them. So he would be the closest one to you.
I don't know what I'm doing. But I take my hand and I put it over. And I go, let me see if I can repair this a little bit. And I'm going to try to change the structure of what's on the symbol that is in his clothing.
Okay.
Gosh, if it's already Femus, I would try to... Sorry, I'm having a very strong self-conundrum here because I'm debating on not putting the gavel, but then that feels very, wrong. So
For a little bit of maybe help with the inspiration there, where you have the brand of Femus still emblazoned on your chest.
on my body.
Yes. Whenever the gavel was emblazoned upon your armor, if you had transposed those two images upon each other, the gavel looks like it's almost striking the anvil.
Oh, perfect then. Okay. I will attempt to add the gavel to his image then.
Okay.
So I just hold my
Make
hand over
a religion check.
and I go, this symbol has meaning, and this symbol is bigger than these clanks. That meaning might have been lost to time. But times are changing, and the gods are free once again. They urge us to find them, to bring balance, integrity back to this world. It appears that it's lost here and needed. You should not have to go through life like this. No one should have to go through life like this. Let's see if I can help change this. And what'd you say?
Make a religion check. You would note that as you're doing this, Pizor has placed his hand on your shoulder, and there's a little bit of radiance flowing through you. You get advantage on the roll. You also have guidance. Pick wisely.
I know.
I think the blue one, personally.
For Pizor?
Yeah.
Yep. We'll go blue and blue.
He was part of the River Swept, after all.
That's true. We'll just do Karson first.
Did you just roll?
I'm telling you, bro.
Did you just roll a natural 20?
I've never played D&D so much to where like the dice tell the craziest like.
You really just roll a natural 20?
Absolutely.
That's
Would you like
sick.
to look to just
No, that's sick. I can't believe it.
And it's all my Karson dice.
That's freaking wild, dude. That's freaking wild. I love that.
For anybody that's watched all the way up to episode 53, I just want you to see that.
Oh,
you know?
man.
So I have a +3, so 23, +2, 25.
Okay.
I
love it. Okay.
This campaign, it's just
the
been
first thing you notice is the radiance pouring through you from Pizor itself has, it's like a tingling, like your limbs have gone numb as he passes some of the energy through you. But past the tingling, an overwhelming sensation is the heat burning from the sear that's burnt onto your chest. It burns so brightly that it begins to heat up a trace emblem of the anvil on the armor itself through it. So kind of like an outline, as if you're heating up that metal individually, starts to burn on the front of your chest. The gavel begins to glow a brilliant light. Your hand gets uncomfortably hot to the point where even Brent himself, he's like, ah! But as he pulls away, you see that the emblem has changed itself to the anvil getting struck by the gavel, just like what is now glowing on your chest. Midge, one of the individuals that was introduced at the time, punches Brent at the arm at the same time. She just says, I told you the gods were real. Brent looks down, he says, you really are an angel then.
Now you stand for creation, order, what appears to be two very big things that you possess. Your integrity bodes. It exudes from you. You mean something. Your people mean something here. And you might still be afraid of me, as I look towards the gentleman that was being kind of so aggressive. And I understand your quarrel. Know that we are not here to harm, only here to help if needed. You ask us to leave, we will leave. But that symbol, that is the symbol of Femus and his son, Churak. Creation and order.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You see Samson, the one that was standing, that is like off standish at the point. What did I say?
No, I was saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know if I said the name wrong.
No.
And you were correcting me.
No,
I was
sorry.
like, listen here, bud. No, you see his weapon goes down to his side, and he finally falls into his seat. You hear Midge, the one that said the gods are real, repeat the names Femus, Churak. Brent looks to you, and he says, order's something we lack, beyond all measure. If it could be restored here, that would be something, I suppose. I don't even know where to begin with this. Where are you from?
Initially, we were on a floating rock in the middle of the sky called Torvengard. In the grand scheme of things, quite small compared to this. A mountaintop, if you're familiar with that. We were forced to relocate due to outside circumstances. And then through that, we've discovered that the world is so much larger than we could have ever imagined. There's so much more people, so much more good, so much more places. We found a home on a planet not far from here, known as Vistratar. That's where we resettled. It's been close to a year since the whole process started. That is, in fact, where my dear friend here, Pizor, is from.
Pyler just gives a small wave.
The strongest group of people I've ever met is his clan. Mentally, physically, they've seen it all and done it all. And he's joined me in my travels. Like I said, and I've been very upfront with you. As the wind chimes, why is there wind down here? But I like the chimes, that's quite nice. I've been very upfront with you. These Escanari, killed, locked away, and put into hiding the gods as we once knew it. I've been chosen to help that, and been the luckiest son of a gun along the way. So without my dear friends, and without those that have stood beside me, I would not be standing here before you today.
I wish the gods would look out for us. We've,
Brent, the gods do. And that's why I'm here.
He looks down at his new emblem on his chest. The tides might be turning in our favor. We've got a long battle. You say there's problems elsewhere. There's problems here. You've walked into it. I don't know how you got here. But whatever you've arrived to is about the worst it's been in a while. The Harvesters used to hold all the power. That was until the new Grand Greaves, killed Elder Koss, took her empire, and since then things have gone downhill. The power struggle has ravaged the streets. If you don't live within the walls, you're basically forgotten about. The Harvesters have taken what they can, pillaged, ravaged. What they don't, they leave, and eventually the Scorchers come. There's no reprieve. The Iron Skeletons even poured out of the city. There's few behind. We don't have much but subsistence here. And you're looking at it, as he gestures around. We've been trying to form some kind of refuge, and that's all this is. We've managed to block off many of the sewers, excavate new, but we live down here as best we can. If we're in the city upstairs, up above, well, you saw. Our last safe house got raided, and that's how I was captured. We don't have much in terms of resources. If you can hold on to any resources, they'll probably just get taken from one of the gangs. And that's where we stand.
Can I back up real fast?
Yes.
So we said Harvesters?
Yep.
Grand something?
Yes. The Grand, he said Grand Greaves. Grand as a title is the best of what you take up from that small bit of conversation without backing up too far. He just kind of breezed over it himself, but he called it, the previous Grand was overthrown by Grand Greaves.
Ah, understood.
Yep.
Okay, so they would just be simply called the Greaves.
Yes.
I will label them as Grand Greaves because they are in charge at the moment, right?
Yep.
Brent, can you walk me through? I've never quite been in a civilization that is structured such as this. Why are you lot all on the outside of this wall?
Can't afford to live inside.
They don't allow you to be in there.
No,
So, is life inside the walls the same as it is out here?
I wouldn't know, truth be told. My family, we grew up on a farm to the north. We actually, my father used to work with the harvesters. That is until, uh, well, in the overthrow, he died, of course. I used to work with the Clanks, have some mechanical ability, and was recruited by them. I rose the ranks until I figured out that they're just as bad as the rest. And then once Elder Koss was overthrown by Greaves, it's been this way since. You don't get into the city unless you can pay your way in. The only people that leave are caravans or the skidders, and you're just left to defend for yourself out here.
So, you asked me how we got here. We arrived here on something similar to your skivers. Um, just much larger. Similar technology, from what I could tell. Just more advanced.
So, pause. The skidders are something entirely separate. He's just throwing out words that you don't really know. The runners were the vehicles.
Okay.
You would,
I say skitters then.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
I don't know.
That just puts a very funny image in my mind
So
for
then
it. Yeah.
So are you familiar with ships?
Just to what extent?
A boat.
Can't say I've ever seen one or been on one, but we've heard of them. Yes, they have them in the city, within the walls.
That's what my ship looks like. Or that's what mine is. Just rather large. We attempted to land in there.
You attempted to land within the city.
Yeah, not a great idea. Quickly backtrack that.
How did you get there?
We flew, like I said.
A flying boat. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't pick up on that in the conversation.
Oh, that's fine. I'm sure it does feel that it might be just outwardly different than what you're used to, and it was for me for quite some time. Well, you said you grew up north on a farm.
I did.
How far north of here?
About a day's travel.
Everything we saw was sand.
It's pretty far north. A day's travel by one of the runners.
So there are other places of life and vegetation.
Not many.
Okay. Are they cloned to, then I'm assuming, just like what's in the inner walls?
Are they what?
They clone to. Most of civilization is
Yes.
around them. Very well. I would like to say that I'm sorry for the loss of your father.
We're dealing with it.
So the Grand, do they control the city? The inner city?
The Grand is one man. It is Grand Greaves. He does control the city.
So is the Greaves, is that the name of the guild or that gang?
No, he was part of the Dust Devils.
The Dust Devils.
He was actually not even on the radar for anybody for the longest time. Seems a bunch of back alley dealings paid off for him. And the next thing you know, he's in charge of the whole city. At least under Elder Koss, there was some order. There was some semblance of justice. The Scorchers were kept at bay. There was always violence. The gangs always warred for a little bit of power and whatever they could grab, but there were agreements. Whatever was had has now been thrown out the window.
So let me ask you this: What do you see that there's a potential for change?
There has to be. If there's no change, our world is going to end. The only people that will survive are whoever can live inside and afford to live inside those walls. It's either that or enslavement, I suppose.
Neither one sound very nice.
Hence why I'm not on the farms anymore.
So is that what the farms are?
That's what they've become. The harvesters have become desperate. I assume that's where I was about to be taken, was back to the plantations. They've been doing that for several months now. It started off with the settlements on the outskirts of towns, the shanty towns, the villages of wayward nomads. They all started disappearing. The wandering caravans, gone. And then they started to attack Cerulean. And slowly, the population has dwindled to what you see now. People cowering in fear, shuttering their doors, barely scraping by, just awaiting for the next attack. We don't have much. We don't even have many people. We have a little bit here.
Karson is like visually getting agitated.
There was a very long, awkward pause in the conversation where it's just, you could hear a pin drop throughout the entire cistern. Nobody talks aside from the subtle breathing of everyone.
Karson kind of started. He's got a beard that's kind of started growing out just a little bit. It's really short.
Just a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you can actually hear it when he runs his hand through. It's like a grit.
Yeah. But it's hard to see because of his hair color.
Yeah.
It's very much similar. But he's like doing that, and you can visibly tell. But he kind of like turns his head, and he's kind of like running his hands over his beard, like over his mouth. And he looks towards Paizo, and he goes.
Paizo kind of smirks. He says, "I know exactly what you're thinking.
This is a big scale thing.
They sent us here." And he places his hand on his holy symbol, his symbol of tiara, the jade necklace, and it kind of glows faintly. They know what they are doing.
Brent, this is a crazy question. Is there somewhere that I could potentially park a 200-foot long by 40-foot long boat?
Park it. In the oasis, sure, yes.
Towards Paizo. We probably could set down on sand, couldn't we?
I do not see why not, no.
It could be savage, though.
We'd have to ask Zage, but I'm sure Arifa will give you a lot of trouble for any damages, but surely it is soft enough if you put it on a dune or something.
And just think about what those two could do in here with time while we're doing things to help with their lives. You know what I mean? Gives Zage and the bots.
We are not far from Torvengard. We are less than half a day away, or just about a day's travel away from Tari Vishrota.
Yeah, you're saying something, huh?
We can come back with different ships. We can take some of the wasps instead. We can put those anywhere. They're small enough.
Yes.
You park the Starhammer on the sands, and that is a 200-foot gleaming beacon in the middle of the desert.
Like it's not a good idea? It's not a good idea.
I didn't want to tell you it is not a good idea, but no, I do not think that is a good idea. But several wasp ships, just enough to bring Zage, Arifa, maybe a few other artisans. Just somebody here to help organize people.
Is this something we bring troops for?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Are you all willing to give your lives to set your city back on the right track and to help your children and your grandchildren so that they never have to experience this ever again?
There is a sheer look of determination that settles upon each individual face. And Brent looks you dead in the eyes. With all of our lives.
Very well. Paizo, can you reach out to Zage?
Yes.
Tell him to go back.
We are staying. What is he coming back with?
Let's see if we can come back with
The Scorpion ships would be right at home here.
yeah, they would.
Sand crawlers, if I've ever seen one.
Would a scorpion or would a wasp ship be able to sit on a scorpion ship?
Wasp ships are a little bit bigger. They're roughly the same size
Okay,
as a
that's right.
Scorpion ship. The Scorpion ship does have more crew space. They have about a 12 crew cab.
Scorps do?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the wasp ships, that's so hard to say, are
Wasp shippy.
much smaller. I think just a few, like 4 or 5. So the crew for Scorpions you could fit more on, definitely. I'll look at the actual stats,
Sure.
but I know for a fact those are
Do you
larger.
think they'd be willing to give us 3 and 3
I mean,
or 2 and 2?
we can always ask. I'll be honest, I can't imagine him saying no.
Probably true. Let's see. Let's go for 3 wasp ships, 3 scorpion ships. Starhammer will have to stay on Bishachar to be safe. We can send. Let's see if we can have as many raw wasp people that'll fit in there. And if there's any specific individuals that the king is willing to share, or Tantham says that are battle ready and hardened.
So you want warriors and you want ships.
Any other suggestions? Maybe a couple clerics.
That is a good idea.
That might not be bad. Brent, do you have a lot of people that are hurt here?
You wouldn't believe it.
Let's definitely bring a half a dozen clerics then.
Thank you.
If we need to up the numbers, we can always transport back and forth between when you reach out to Zage. We can always transport back and forth outside the atmosphere.
These ships you're bringing, how big are they?
Not too large, not much bigger than what we'd seen on the road. One is 15 to 20 feet long and 10 feet wide. Other one quite similar, but a little bit more in height.
I think we might just have the place for them. It's not too far away. We can, at the very least, park them there while everyone is unloaded. If we have to keep them there, we can keep an eye on them at least.
Very well.
I wouldn't abandon them there, but
Very well. Well, that's we need to set everything in order. Then we need to get all of our facts straight, and now might be the time more than anything to make sure that we are all on the same exact page. I don't want to step on any toes, but if we're going to do this, then I need everybody to listen.
We're all ears. Whatever you need.
Paizo, let's get the message sent to Zage. Importantly, let's get an update on the Ascanori elves within the Terran fields.
Yes.
Make sure they're not pressing in any further. And then let's go from there.
Understood. He steps away and he sends off the message.
Real quick,
Yes.
Paizo. See if Zage, how many bots could fit within the Chester?
Within the Chester,
We stack them in there like sardines.
with one pilot, you could have one that gets basically like R2D2'd into the Chester,
Mhm.
and then I would say 2 more. So if you kept Ben with you, you could have 4 of the 6.
Oh, Brish can't pilot.
He cannot.
Aretha can, though.
Yes. And the Chester's... Oh, you guys got dropped off,
Mhm.
right? Okay, yeah. The Chester's still on there.
I don't want to take Aretha and Brish. That would leave just Zage piloting the ship. Although we're not very far from home, and right now we don't think there's really any dangers between here and there.
If you like, we can think about that while we take a quick short break.
Okay.
I know this is a little bit of a later break in the show, but we'll take a quick break here as you gather your thoughts.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
And it's a large pivotal moment. I kind of knew that going into this episode that it can really go any way. So I completely understand where you need to take the time. So we're going to take that time in a short break. We will be right back. So stay tuned. Watch that mid-roll. And see you in a few. Hello, and welcome back to episode 53 of Commander's Log. We are picking right back up after you had just basically gotten acquainted to the individuals within this kind of like hidden society sheltering beneath the upper town of Cerelion itself. You just got done, you and Pizor parting ways, or Pizor just taking a step off to call for Zage to go back to Torvengard, gather. You basically tell him the Moonshades, several you need warriors of the
Yes.
Moonshades, clerics from the River Swept, and then just basically warriors at the end of the day. And then you need several ships and supplies. Is the gist of what you send Zage off to. And if you have to expand both yours and Pizor's Gorget to get the full message across, totally fine, whichever.
Which I think Pizor, if he has sending.
Oh yeah,
too.
Pizor has
That's what I
sending.
was
Yeah,
hoping
Pizor.
for.
Pizor gets it taken care of. Oh, I will use a spell slot of Pizor's himself,
Yeah,
just to
with two,
cover the
whatever.
full basis, because he also communicates to send down the Chester
Yes.
with the automatons, and you had said which of the automatons, and
I left my
it's
book
getting
out there.
sent down with Arifa. Arifa is the pilot.
With if we can put 2 in the back seat with Aretha in the front and then 1 in the R2D2 slot. So we do Hack, Ada, and then I think Kit is going to be my other one.
Hacked Ada, Kit.
Yes.
You got one more. Oh, sorry, no.
No, I already have been here. It would give me
Yeah.
4 total. 2 would stay on the ship. It'd give me
Okay.
4 down here. So that way they could kind of like help out work.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, perfect.
Help Aretha.
So, Hack, Ada, Ben. I missed one. Ben's the one you already
Kit.
have with you. Kit, sorry. Awesome.
Man, the wizard Rio would be kind of worth too.
Is Arifa staying or is she coming back?
I'll meet her when she lands
Okay,
and ask. I'll talk to her then. Let me think about that for a second.
absolutely.
Can Do I have like a landmark that I can tell her to aim for? Because he said there's a place that they could go.
Yeah, so we'll kind of like just breeze past that role play. Brent tells you that there is what is essentially a parking garage, for no less better terms, a large tower type structure where almost all the vehicles that would typically be parked for these residences, it's built there. It is just full of parted out cars, where everything looks like it's been ransacked. Most everything is either in pieces, used as salvage, or just torn apart. It is almost entirely empty top to bottom. Nobody is traversing that area. So,
And if it does make sense, if we need to wait till nightfall as
Yeah.
well, theoretically speaking,
okay,
that would make if that
they would tell you
saves
that
any
that would
problems.
be the they would tell you that that would be the safest
Okay.
way, especially with a ship coming down from the sky.
Yeah.
Regardless of how large it is, they tell you that if you can wait, that'd be better, and that the parking garage is about a block and a half away from this current location.
I just had the realization that I am aliens.
Yeah. Fun fact: my aliens do exist in my world, and it doesn't matter lore-wise. So I'll just tell you right now, Thrycreen were the original aliens because
Yeah.
they were one of the very first spelljammers
Yeah,
to
makes
the
sense.
Crystal Sphere, and so these creatures were coming down to different worlds.
Yeah.
Bug-like, gigantic,
Oh, for
you
sure.
know, antennas, gigantic eyes, foreign technology. Thrycreen were the original aliens.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah,
That's me right now.
Yeah.
With these guys.
you are 100% an alien at this
Yeah.
point.
I like it.
Okay, so with the message passed on to Zage for you guys to meet where and when and with who, everybody's kind of staged. You have the better part of this evening to spend with Brent and the other five that you would know. So, of them, Bella, Midge, and Harmon. I guess Midge and Harmon, they both look more inclined to mechanical aspects. Like they both have the emblem that Brent had on his chest, where they have those pins from the clanks themselves. And then the Bella and Cecil, they just kind of look like standard people.
Okay.
Samson, the one that kind of had like that dark, brooding demeanor, he looks like he is a fighter. He is capable of some kind of action at the end of the day. And Brent himself, as you come to spend some time with him, he takes you around the rest of the complex that they have.
Okay. Very good.
And shows you around, and it is growing. They're in different tunnels where they've kind of excavated the sewers. They have built small little like alcoves for homes where people can comfortably sit. A lot of it is bunk style, but sometimes there is actual family units where there is small children and everybody. And if you have family that has been refuged here, they get a dedicated place. There's a large central mess hall, and then deep within, further past the cistern and actually a level down, is where they have been gathering resources. And there's a large cache of weapons. Almost everything is firearms, although there are quite a few crude bits of physical melee weapons and little bits of armor. Not much. It's all leather, a little bit of studded leather, maybe one bit of chain, but nothing spectacular. Brent himself, after spending some time with you, the first thing he does is stop at his private domicile and grabs. He has his cane currently, but he has a helm that he puts on top of his head at the same time, kind of like a small little cap that falls over to his ears and covers it. And aside from that, he doesn't wear anything. He's completely nude. The moment I said that, I
It
was
would
like,
be
what?
safer for you to put on something.
Yeah, no, he just full Pooh Bears it, but just no shirt at all either. He just Donald Ducking everything. Anyways, so yes, no, he wears leather armor with the metallic cap and his club that he wields, and you can tell he definitely has some like mechanical arcane prowess, very similar to an artificer, is what you'd assume.
Okay.
So, aside from that, In the time leading up to this evening, with the incoming plans and the rendezvous with Arifa, is there anything you want to, any information you and Brent want to exchange? Because Brent would give you the full debrief of the climate, not the actual air climate, because that's pretty straightforward and obvious. It's hot and dry.
Yeah.
He tells you everything about the planet and its people. So for your records, if I'm okay with a little bit of a lore dump here. Sorry about that. Quick little technical difficulties. So we left off and we are picking right back up into a quick lore dump for you from Brent about the world. So politically, the Harvesters used to be in power from Grand Eldakos. The Harvesters own the largest portions of fertile land on Tabos itself. That colony kind of starts far off into the north, where there are scattered plots of farmland, essentially. The current ruler is Grand Greaves. He came from the Dust Devils, and basically was a very large financial upset, where through some of his clever moves, went through and made many purchases of what are called skitters. Skitters are these probably several hundred, like 100 to 150 feet long metal constructs that look very like centipedes. And they are what the locals use for resource gathering out in the actual deserts themselves. It's what they use to transport themselves, but also all the resources they gather and troops. They're walking tanks and armadas of skilled resource gatherers and individuals that can handle themselves out in the desert, because it's a very hostile environment. The Clanks, who he used to be part of, is essentially a guild of craftsmen that use the technology that was abandoned on this planet millennia ago. And they have adapted it to what they can best understand to create the runners, which are the vehicles, and the skitters themselves. So the Clanks are responsible for the technological advances that you see, and the firearms presence being here on Tabos. They, according to Brent, he was under the impression that they were more guild members, craftsmen. But as he rose in the ranks, especially with his arcane prowess that he kind of had developed, he had found a lot of corruption within them, to the point where they are just as much of a gang as all the others.
Okay.
The Vultures are kind of a low-profile gang that more just cause nuisance issues, but they work in the background. Not many people know about the Vultures, but every now and then you'll run into one of them. The Irons, or the Iron Skeletons, those are the hired mercenaries that you have run across, several of them. They have no allegiance. The only allegiance they have is coin. They have a very strict set of rules that they follow. That is, they are not bounty hunters. They are not trained assassins. They are strictly guards. If lethal force is necessary, they're more than willing to act it, but they do not step in if there is outside violence. Unless whatever they were specifically hired for comes into jeopardy, they don't step in.
Okay.
So, for instance, the Irons that you had run across coming into town, whenever the Harvesters had come a-knocking, essentially, the Irons would board themselves up wherever they're at and protect that one location. So they would protect that corner store that they were guarding, whatever. Whatever they're paid to do, they do that. They don't go out and protect the streets at the end of the day. And then the Scorchers are, for lack of a better term, the crazies. The people that have grown to desperation and just pure scrappiness. They typically have... they are the ones that are running around behind the Harvesters, stealing anything, scavenging, breaking things, pillaging, anything they can do. They're most like pirates at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They kind of just come and go. Nobody knows where their base of operations is. They just kind of appear and cause problems and then disappear, stealing resources at the
Okay.
end of the day. Solomon Christer, he is the governor of Cereleon himself, and has evacuated the city and left for the internal walls of the larger oasis.
Awkward.
So, with that pretty much catches you up on this standing from everything outside of the walls. The walls are specifically designed to keep the large predators that hunt the sands of the desert at bay, specifically worms and any burrowing creatures. The walls give off a faint arcane hum and vibration that sends out into the ground to keep them away. So it is one of the very few places that you can live comfortably, knowing that those are not a threat.
Got it.
And then
That's important.
past that, I think that's truly everything about the world that he would catch you up on, unless there's any specific questions you would ask.
No.
Okay, excellent. Is there anything that you would want to convey to him at this current moment?
Are any of these other guilds / gangs trustworthy at all?
He says the Irons. If you can pay for them, they will. They are the most loyal group in existence.
Okay.
Unfortunately, money talks for them, and so the majority of the Irons work directly for the Dust Devils. The Harvesters have a very large population of Irons that they employ themselves just to protect their plantations and keep everybody in line there. However, within the city themselves, the Irons are the only ones that really have any honor. Between the Vultures, not many people know members of the Vultures. They're kind of more of like a clandestine gang. The Dust Devils are they were the biggest bullies, and they still are. If they come knocking, it's to steal whatever you have, to take your resources as a form of payment at the end of the day. There are citizens throughout here that are either under the employ of one of the gangs or just trying to get by at the end of the day. There's families and everything, but it's a rough life.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I asked much. I think I just try to listen.
Okay, perfect.
Take all the information I can in. Sorry, there's just a lot of things going through my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, once we finish kind of talking, I'll ask him to take me where they dropped off Seamus. I want to check on him to make sure that he is fine, so I kind of forced him to come.
Absolutely. And that kind of naturally leads you to where you would find Seamus, which is at the common area, where everybody is sitting around and eating. He's found himself a small little group of people that he's sitting down, eating with, and talking. At this point, Brent says, I probably ought to get myself some food anyways, so don't mind if you help yourself. Don't worry about paying for anything. It is taken care of.
I appreciate that. I'll snag something here in a little bit. I'm going to go check on Seamus.
Of course.
Thanks, Brent. I'm sure we'll talk very soon.
Find me if you need me.
Understood. Hey, Seamus.
Hello there, Karson.
Can I have a word with you?
Of course, yes.
Well, sorry to scare you.
That'd be a little bit of a lie if I said you didn't scare me. I don't know what's up with you, but I'm sure right appreciative.
Well, circumstantial. It was a little rough beginning, and I apologize. We were just trying to lay low as much as we could.
You and me both. I'm sorry I tried to stand in your way of
You did nothing wrong.
doing whatever heroism you did.
Life here is different. You had good reason.
The last person I saw to do that, to stand up to the harvesters, got taken.
Now that I have a good look at Seamus, like how old is he? What is he?
He's probably late teens,
Okay.
like 17, 18.
What's he look like?
He's very skinny. He kind of has like those large protruding ears on the side of his head, sunken eyes to where he looks like he skipped quite a few meals. Um, Scrappy by all means, and he has a small dagger that he has kept at his hip. His clothes are pretty torn and tattered, and it looks like he's spent a lot of his previous days just hiding, trying to get by. And he's very skittish at the current moment. Like he kind of like bounces.
What's his build?
He's probably like around 5'6", maybe 130 pounds.
When you mind taking a seat? You want to sit down?
Oh,
Suggest some questions
anything.
for me.
I've
I
got
owe
a
you.
lot of questions for you.
Well, I owe you.
You're right, you do.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there and we're going to answer those questions? No.
Yes. Go ahead.
And he kind of like smirks, sits down. What in the devils are you?
What am I?
Yeah, you're not human, I can tell you that.
I am, for the most part.
No.
I have been touched.
I am a human.
I've
never seen wings sprout from my back like that.
You're right. I have been touched by the gods. I have
By the gods.
a lineage. The best way I can describe it. There's a small hint, the smallest of ever hint, within me.
What do you mean the gods?
That's right. Gods. Are you familiar with the concept?
More than familiar. Lots of people around here been hoping for them. Massive amounts of praying, no answers.
Well, that's for many different reasons, many of which are changing. Many of the gods were locked away and in hiding, from what I can best describe to you as a god killer. We're doing our best to take the fight back to them, freeing the gods. There are many of them that are freed now, coming back into power, trying to find order in this world again. Femus, Zishan, Femus, the god of creation. Zishan, the god of knowledge. Tiara, the god of goddess of nature.
Life.
Yes, life. Perdona. Now you're gonna make me question myself.
I have to also pull it up. Perdona is the goddess of
Not magic.
nature or change.
Is she nature? Did I get backwards?
You said Perdona.
Perdona is the goddess of change.
Yep.
And then Zabre is the goddess of magic. They've all been freed again. And this is something, when I say again, this is something that all happened within the last few months.
Well, that's bloody nice for them.
It's bloody nice for all of us. They're trying to correct everything.
He looks around and says, right, bloody nice for all of us.
It's been centuries and millennia that this has been able to happen. They're trying to make a change. I can promise you that, Seamus.
I've heard the rumors about people whispering of gods, asking for an angel. Is that why you're here? You're answering those prayers?
Maybe by chance, yes. The gods work in mysterious ways, and it was unbeknownst to me. But that doesn't mean that those prayers aren't answered.
Well, on behalf of everybody, thank you.
You're welcome, Seamus.
But if that's not why you're here, if you're not here to answer prayers, why are you here?
Well, now I'm here for a reason I had no belief, or no, whereabouts is a better word, that I was even going to be here for, as I speak in a circle. We're going to help you and your people.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. We'll need it. You don't deserve to live like this. No one does.
That's no lie.
What have you done so far in your life, Seamus? Who are you working for?
Who do I work for?
Are you employed by any of these guilds?
Thankfully, no.
So you're just kind of scrapping.
Aye. My brother, he always told me stories about trying to be part of the vultures. But that was before everything, so a lot of good that did him.
Am I to assume that your brother's gone?
Taken several months back.
I'm sorry. I know the pain of that.
I am too. Sorry it wasn't me. Sorry I couldn't be with him. But at least I'm still standing. He'd want that.
For your folks.
No. I know they weren't taken. They're just gone.
That's rough.
Putting it lightly.
Do you want to be part of the change?
Of course I do.
Do you know anything about these vultures?
The vultures? Just what my brother told me. He said they used to have several outposts throughout Cerulean specifically. Never told me where they were, but he said if you saw the signs, you could look for it.
Saw the signs, you could look for it. But you don't know what the signs are.
Whenever he got real secretive about everything with the vultures, wouldn't tell me much. He had a tattoo on his wrist. A small wing. I've spent most of my months here just searching the city for it. I found it once.
Really?
I did. But that was it. Nobody seems to ever tell me anything about him otherwise. Nobody seems to talk about him.
Seamus, I have this. Can I be honest with you?
But hope so. I haven't lied to you yet.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm being called to you.
Thanks for creeping me out.
Not maybe as extensively as you're putting it, but you and I met for a reason, is what I mean.
Yeah, the reason to find some shelter.
More than that.
The gods, right.
I can sense a fire in you. There's more. A vast well of untapped potential.
Thanks, I guess.
No one's ever seen you.
I'll try not to. Try to hide.
I mean, your brother was attempting to join the vultures, and by the sounds of it, sounds like he did. But that kind of left you. No one ever guided you in the way that you should have.
As soon as he got wrapped up in him, he got too busy spending time with me. Mom and Pa were already gone by then. It was just us two, but at least we had food on the table.
I'd like to extend an offer to you, Seamus.
Okay.
Would you like to join me?
This resistance, I already thought I said yes. There's nothing else to do, right?
Correct. Absolutely. If you find peace in that, and you're willing to be one of those, by all means. But what I'm offering you is something a little bit more than that.
More than that.
Yes. A little bit more. To be by my side. Through this.
Are you about to give me wings?
No.
Damn it.
I wish. It would be quite nice, actually, quite useful.
That ain't no lie.
You know, they are kind of a hindrance sometimes. You know, you think that they would work, like just be all good, right? No bad, but they can have issues. They don't last for long.
Might be hard to squeeze through a door, but
almost died a few times. Too high up in the air when those few moments that I get to harness that power pass through me, it gets real hairy. But I mean, Let me help you. I think you deserve it. Let me be there for you.
Sure. I don't know what else to do, so sure. Whatever it is you're offering, I'm in. As long as I can. I think I just want to make a difference at this point. Now that I see this, now that I know there's something more than just survival, these people have hope.
I pull up my clipboard for my application status on it, and there's a big box that says "Make a Difference," and I just check it. Sorry. I think that's one of the best things you could have ever told me. And that's why I'm here today. See, Seamus, I see a lot of myself in you. And oddly enough, I was very much not quite in the same shoes you were, but at the same state, maybe, at one point in time.
The end of your rope?
5 feet below it, yeah.
Nothing to your name? Nothing
Close.
to lose.
Yeah. And I was blessed to have somebody give me a chance. And I think,
You're really inflating your own ego there, aren't you?
no, I was blessed to be given a chance. And I think that it's my turn to return that favor.
So you're saying you're my blessing, hence the ego?
No. I'm not saying that I'm your blessing, but I'm saying that maybe I can help find your blessing.
I'm kidding. I get what you're trying to do.
I'm not forcing you to do anything. Seamus, if you want to be part of this resistance, by all means, you can be there and do your thing.
Yeah, I want to be part of the resistance.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you really want to be part of the resistance, you can. There's going to be a difference, and I know you know that.
As in what you're doing.
Yes.
More than the rest here.
And you know that. You know there's going to be behind the scenes things that are, well, darn right, more terrifying, more deadly, a lot scarier.
I'm in.
What's the things that need to be done? Very good. I see you carry a dagger.
Right.
Your armor looks like absolute crap.
Laughable at best.
Yep.
Single scrap of leather. I've got about a hitbox of 3 total square feet.
Yeah, at best. It'd be harder for me to hit your chest plate than not.
Sometimes it's all about making sure the armor's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
You can see right now it has one large hole that is like pierced into, but not all the way through, like a large gash in the top left shoulder. I don't know how to put it right where I need it.
Very good. I will find you shortly, as I have a companion coming down. And I'm going to need your help with something.
Sure.
Okay.
Finish up my meal here.
I'm going to go grab some food myself.
Thank you, Karson.
You're welcome, Seamus. But you might not want to thank me yet. As I stand up and go get food.
Okay. You go gather some food, and at about this time, Pizor rejoins you, and he tells you that Arifia will be joining will be loading up the Chester with some short supplies that they do have available, plus the automatons, and heading down here briefly as soon as the sun sets. He also mentioned that he had Zage check into the Ascanaris, and that for whatever reason, the Ascanaris are missing one more ship, and they are peeling away from the Terran fields themselves. They are all gathered and like pursuing something, is what it looks like.
By heading away from Vishatar?
Yes.
Okay. That's important. Okay.
And more so, it looks like that whatever they are pursuing it is heading towards the 5th planet, Gannett.
Interesting.
Or did I even say that? Is it Gannett?
It is. It's Gannett.
Gannetar?
Gannett.
Gannett. That's right. V-Strotar and then Gannett.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Anything else from you after getting that news from Pizor, or anything you want to do in the meantime before you rendezvous with Arifa?
I'll find Brent at one moment, and I'll go. Excuse me, Brent. My friend Seamus over here could use a little something.
He's the one that you were with.
Yeah.
He found you.
Little scrawny guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be with me most of the time.
Sure.
Do you have anything? His armor is absolutely terrible.
I think I can find something that would fit. Send him my way. We'll head down to the to our stash.
Probably wouldn't hurt to have a secondary weapon of something for him too, or something. His dagger looked like it was about to fall off its hilt. So
We have a few things.
thank you, Brent.
Of course.
I'll go relay the message to Seamus.
Okay.
Seamus, go see Brent. He needed to talk to you about something. Find me afterwards, please.
Really? Okay.
Very good.
Alrighty. That all transpires pretty soon. After a little while, Seamus comes back to you. He wears... It's definitely not the nicest armor.
Yeah.
But it looks much beefier. It actually covers his whole torso.
Just a little more something.
Yeah, it looks like there was a lot of taking up of the armor to where it's kind of bunched up and back behind him. And he now has two daggers. One, the one that he did previously have. He didn't let go of that. But one that's a little bit beefier, kind of like a mix between... I'd call this one more of a short sword than anything. And then you also see that he has a pistol tucked into his... into like part of the leather armor on his chest.
Cool.
He pats the pistol and he goes, "You should have never fired one of these things. Only been fired at."
Yeah, I want you to save that for emergencies. I don't want you to go to it as your go-to.
I'm not looking to draw any attention to myself here.
Right. Remember, all secrecy is important. Just as it is when we're out there on the battlefield. In moments like that. If we can control our knowledge of the surroundings and what is coming and what's going, that means more. So be smart.
High alert. I think I can do that.
How far away is this thing you found?
It's not too far. Probably 15-minute jaunt.
Paizo, we're gonna go check out something.
Me included.
If you'd like to, yeah.
I can, yes.
You think I'm safe to leave Ben here? I think so.
Well, I do not believe he's going to be parted for scrap.
Yeah. The self-destruct button that causes the nuclear blast should keep him safe.
You see Seamus's eyes are just saucers.
For anyone that's listening.
Your robot blows up.
Yeah, if someone tries to take him apart.
Wicked.
Without doing the proper codes and instructions. It's not very large, it's only like 3 miles by 3 miles or something like that, but...
What? You're kidding me, right?
No.
He's kidding, right? He looks at Pizor. Pizor just shakes his head sadly now. Why'd you bring that into the city, you fool?
It's only if you try to take it apart. It's mine. Well, it's ages, but under my control at the moment.
His jaw's just on the floor.
Think you can get us there?
You're not taking that thing with us, are you?
No, I think we're going to leave it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Lock it in a broom closet. God, goodness, you got me stammering.
I would, but we're about to have 3 more soon, so... Okay. I think there's the door.
Right. Okay.
Let's go. No time to waste.
And you guys wind yourself back out of the sewers, clambering up into that corner store's bathroom that had kind of been remodeled. You sneak out. When the night has fallen, the outside streets are dark. The roar of engines and the din of combat has completely ceased. And you can either sneak out the back or well, I guess the back is fully boarded up, so you'd have to go back up to the roof and then down.
Yeah. So be it then.
Yep, absolutely. As you guys get onto the top of the roof, you're kind of hiding behind the canvas that loosely drapes over the entrance. And Seamus points at a building several blocks down, and he says, "That one over there. It's a bit of a shopping market, and I was trying to scrounge up some things. I'd seen the wings. It was etched into a countertop. And that's where I happened to find a little bit of supplies, just enough to get me by for the day. For a few weeks.
You think that one of the outposts might be there?
Could be. Or I accidentally found a stash, one of the two.
Well,
I found the marking and then I found the food.
let's go leave a note there.
Okay, let's head that way."
Okay.
And he expertly leads you through back alleyways. As you guys are moving along, if it is a stealthy approach, he is far better at it than you guys. You're also clad in armor, so clanking a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But he sticks to the shadows and helps assist you in what routes to take to make it a quieter approach.
Okay.
Every now and then, you guys do glimpse someone darting between a building, not in any kind of threatening way. Nobody that you see has weapons. It's more people that are scattering and still in hiding.
Okay. So most of the streets are still pretty much just clean then.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to make it there, and then if we can, and then I'm gonna put a note there if we can find that same exact spot, like the wing is still there and everything.
Absolutely. So you go into what would be kind of like a market area. He takes you to one stall in particular that's built into the wall. Back behind the countertop, there's what used to be the safe spot, or like a spot for a safe beneath the countertop. And just right next to that cabinet, there's that wing marking. He pushes onto the cabinet and it falls aside, revealing a cabinet or a cavity right behind it.
Anything in there in the moment?
As you check into it, there is a small box.
Grab the box.
Okay. It's locked. It's a pretty small box, just about like the size of like a dice tray, essentially.
Was this here last time you came here, Seamus?
No, it wasn't.
All right, so what would be the best way for them to get a hold of us?
Well, I mean, we have one of those sending stones we could leave behind. But
Who is
Zage
it?
has the other one. Or actually, no, Tantum has the other one.
Yeah, Tantum does, doesn't he? We should get that from him. Actually, that would be quite useful.
We could tell him where to leave it. Or, I mean, we could leave a note telling...
To meet here back at a certain time.
Right.
All right. I'll pull out a piece of paper and a pencil, as I always bring them with me everywhere I go. And I make a simple note. We're trying to make a change. A real change. Be back here this evening.
It is evening currently.
Yeah, approximately like 1 a.m. though.
Okay.
Like approximately 1 a.m. Tomorrow. We'll give a full day. So we'll say midnight just for the sake of time. But like next day's nightfall at midnight, meet back here.
Okay. Do you leave the box? Do you take the box?
I leave the box.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm not going to set myself up for failure.
Alrighty.
All right, Seamus. Well
That's it?
done.
That's what we came here for?
We're going to see if we can set a meeting up.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Can you lead us back?
Of course.
Okay. We should have friends arriving soon.
All right. You guys head back towards. You can either go back towards where you guys had hunkered down into what we'll just call the safe house,
Okay.
or you can head towards the parking garage of where they said you were going to meet with.
What time would it
Riva.
approximately be at this moment?
It'd probably be closer to like 10 p.m.
Okay. Well, then let's go to the parking garage.
Okay, perfect. You kind of scope it out, and it is 5 different levels of. It is just a parking garage to where all these different vehicles could have been stashed here, and it's probably about like 40% full of cars that have been completely scrapped apart, where most of their parts are taking up other slots. And again, it's not cars as in like Volkswagens and everything. It is pipe frames with wheels and the strange helms that would typically be there, which those are all completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every single wheel is gone. Most of the pipes are even been chopped up to where it's more of just a pile of debris that you could tell used to be a vehicle. Almost all of it has been scavenged, but you can head up and spiral your way up through the parking garage to the very top floor. At the top floor, there's kind of a large ledge that goes around and kind of keeps you from view. You guys are sitting up here on the top of a desert night, stars twinkling above you.
So just me, Pizor, and Seamus.
Yep. Who's coming down here? More angels?
She'd probably like for you to call her that. Her name is Arifa. As well as a few more of those bots that you saw below.
You weren't kidding about bringing more.
No, of course not. Seamus, they don't actually blow up. But I want everybody else to think they do.
Okay. Not a bad idea to make them think they do.
Yeah. It's a smaller ship. This is what we call our Chesta. Named after its maker. Probably an hour or two. We'll wait up here. He's going to start changing.
I sure hope it does. Tired of starving.
Yep, you guys don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just kind of like, without, for sake of brevity, I guess, kind of shoot the shot, or just talking and whatever he wants to talk about, or just enjoy the kind of the quiet before the storm here.
Yeah.
Not many moments I feel like Karson gets that opportunity anymore.
Absolutely. And he does not talk much. Mostly just fiddles with with his old knife he fiddles with more than anything.
Okay.
Eventually, over the course of the night, you see twinkling the Chester, leaving a small trail of its magical energy that tears through the sky, leads down, and lands next to you guys. What in the...
Hey, Arifa.
I didn't announce this previously. Arifa is no longer a mouse. Since the breaking of the curse from Bistrotar, Arifa is back to her gnomish form.
She is the one person that's like, yeah, I never saw her. Yeah.
Yeah. So she jumps from the cockpit.
I guess I did see her, but yeah.
You would have seen her because she was on the ship.
Shoot, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. You probably would have had a couple conversations with her too.
We did, because she went and got gold to make
yeah, true.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So definitely just kind of forgot about that entire
That's
moment.
right.
But she's 100% a gnome nowadays. But she pops off, jumps, and as soon as her small frame hits the ground, you hear Seamus kind of chuckle of just like, what? Just a very small figure landing in front of him, something he's never seen before, truthfully.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You kind of like nudge him. And he's like, right, sorry. But the 4 automatons, 2 of them jumping out of the cockpit with her, one of them being lowered down from beneath the Chester. Seamus otherwise is just kind of jaw on the floor, like, what even is that thing? Arifa. Karson, it's good to see you. What?
It's good. Lovely to see you as well.
Yeah, this planet's really... This is the pits, isn't it?
They need our help.
Yeah, they always do, don't they?
They do.
What'd you get yourself into this time?
It's a guild war, and they don't care who's going to die underneath their feet.
Right. And that puts us where?
That puts us helping the small guy.
You're not making fun of me, are you?
No.
I wouldn't. What do you need?
So, I'm assuming his age at this point is zipping back. Okay.
You've got me.
He's going to be coming back with hopefully a handful of ships, i.e., the Scorpions and some Wasp. We're currently held up in a underground safe house, if you will. Very rudimentary. It's rough. There's a lot of things that could probably use a much more attentive eye and a much more. Your brain can go a long way helping these people at this moment, and I would appreciate it.
No, you would.
There are many things, many different reasons, whether it be from these different vehicles that they have down here.
You see her eyebrows kind of arch at that.
Much different. You're gonna have some. You'll have some fun. I can only imagine the creativity that you could come up with on these. It's different. These people just need help.
Well, yeah. Looks like I'm stuck here with you, so nothing to do.
Let's put the chest kind of sandwiched between those two scraps right there. James, do you have any reason that this being on the top like this would be sought after?
Probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea to disguise it as much as we can.
Okay. Let's lay some stuff over and we'll make sure we lock the doors.
You guys take a few moments to make sure the Chester beep, beep, is as disguised as it can with all the scrap metals around it. Arif is like, what's happened here?
Like I said, it's much different. These people, they make a lot of things, and it almost feels preliminary to most of our ships. Very much similar concepts, just not the same technology advancement.
Well, I'm here now, so
yeah, like
they're going to get a leap forward, aren't they?
Yes. All right, Seamus.
Heading back then.
Lead us back.
Right
Let's
on.
be slow and thoughtful.
I don't suppose those things are going to make any less noise.
No, not less. Yep, that's for sure.
We're going to have to work on that, aren't we?
Yeah, hey, Arifa, by the way, this is Seamus. Seamus, this is Arifa. I would have introduced you right away, but...
Pleasure to meet you. Likewise.
Seamus, after you. Let's get back.
Okay. You guys lead the way back to the safe house, eventually finding your way into the safety of it. Introductions are made between Arifa and Brent and the rest of the council that you guys had previously met with. Arrangements are seen to for the evening, and you can settle down for a long rest if there is nothing else you need to take care of.
Hack, Ada, and Kit. I'll just
Yes.
write down. No, I will gladly find a good place for all of us to just be together, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
One of those
absolutely.
communal rooms, you guys get kind of like basically the whole area to it.
This is my family, so
Seamus does stay with you as well.
that's fine.
And on your long rest, you also level
Don't
up.
say it. OMG.
You do level up. So that brings you to level 11. Is this correct?
I believe so. If I know how to operate anything.
So as we head out another episode on a level
we
up.
are calling it. Lovely.
Yes, yeah, we're going to call it right
Okay.
there as well. So with you getting ready to do your leveling up, we'll say goodbye to you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us here for episode 53. I'm super excited for all the things to come because we got a very large pivotal moment here today. So that just means next week and all the ones prior. Things are coming at you guys hot and heavy. So
It's gonna
thank
be
you so much for joining us here today.
a little blast. Don't forget to find us again next week on Wednesday, and find us on every Saturday for all things D&D.
Yeah.
As we talk about them.
And if there's a blue link in that description, just go through and click on them all.
Yeah. For those of you heading out, we'll see you later.
See ya. And for those sticking around,
And for those who likes the nitty gritty of the funness of
yeah, absolutely.
leveling up,
We're going to level up Karson Hallebrand
Level
to
11.
level 11.
let's go.
So starting off level 11, I'm assuming you're going to keep going into the Blood Hunter that
Yeah.
you are.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So roll that D10 for your hit dice.
Okay. 2.
A 2. That's dirty.
It is rough. I'm gonna roll it one more time just for fun. That's gonna be a 10. Oh, it's a 1. Okay,
Oh, even better. So,
lovely. Well, it's a good thing I have good constitution.
No
At
kidding.
least still went up a little bit.
yeah.
Okay, so I do get something at level 11.
Ooh, sick. Is it a class feature or
It is,
subclass feature?
it is a subclass feature. So I get
Okay.
Brand of Sapping Scar. Interesting.
Sweet.
Upon reaching 11th level, your Brand of Castignation digs dark arcane scars into your target, leaving them vulnerable to your magic. A creature branded by you has disadvantage on saving throws against your warlock spells.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Because I don't really have any spells that are.
Yeah.
Huh.
That have that saving throw.
Yeah, very interesting.
Well, on a level up, I believe you could change one. So,
Yeah, I might have to look at that.
Yeah. might be able to play yourself into something cool there.
Yeah, and I don't know if I get any more as well too. That's the other thing.
Spells.
You have to look at that. I don't think I do. So
Okay.
maybe I'll look at that and maybe pick one now that that's important.
Sweet. Absolutely. So, a little bit of more health points.
Plain and simple on that one, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
hey, level 11. Join us next time for episode 54. Again, thank you guys so much for sticking here to the end, and we'll be seeing you.
See you guys.